We know why we have got two values of x, because the degree of this equation is 2. It's a quadratic equation, so degree is 2. If it was a cubic equation, which is 3, I get 3 different solution for x. Hi, I'm Ryan from Y Thinkers. आज हम लोग पढ़ेंगे सेकेंड कॉन्सेप्ट ऑफ क्वाड्रेटिक इक्वेशन. लास्ट कॉन्सेप्ट वीडियो वी हैड लर्न कि आपको आइडेंटिफाई कैसे करना है whether that is a quadratic equation or no, and how to convert word problems to mathematical format in terms of quadratic equation. हमको क्वाड्रेटिक इक्वेशन तो मिल गया था फर्स्ट कॉन्सेप्ट के बाद. अब हम लोग सीखेंगे उसको फैक्टराइज कैसे करते हैं. द मीनिंग ऑफ फैक्टराइज इज हाउ टू सॉल्व. ओके, तो फैक्टराइज का मतलब क्या है? इट्स लिटरली मीन्स ब्रेक इट डाउन इनटू फैक्टर्स. ओके, ब्रेक इट डाउन इनटू स्मॉल कंपोनेंट्स इज द मीनिंग ऑफ फैक्टराइजेशन. आई नो इफ आई कीप टेलिंग दिस यू विल नॉट बी एबल टू अंडरस्टैंड. एग्जांपल से लेते हैं, एग्जांपल से समझते हैं कि exactly how do we factorize it. Okay, simple question, is this a quadratic equation or no? Yes, it is, because x square का coefficient is not 0, so therefore it is quadratic equation. Now if I want to solve it, I have to factorize it. The first step of factorization मैं क्या करूँगा, मेरे x का जो coefficient है, what is x coefficient is -1. So I'll change the color, I'll write it as -1. Okay, no problem. एक्स स्क्वायर का जो कोएफिशिएंट है वो 6 है, एंड जो बाकी है c, दैट इज नथिंग बट -2. 6 into -2 is nothing but 6 into -2 is nothing but -12. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll write like this. Okay, so therefore I have two things now. I have -12, I have -1. I need to find out two numbers which when added gives me -1. Which when added, I need to find out two numbers which when I add it will give me -1, and which when I multiply gives me -12. Okay, I know it's a bit confusing, but the moment we start factorizing you'll be able to understand. So let me write it down here, -12 -1. Okay, what are those two numbers? 12, right? Can I write 6 twos are? If I write 6 twos are, but when I add 6, so 6 twos are gives me 12. I can write -2. 6 into -2 gives me -12. But if I add this, I will only get 4. I want to get -1, correct? So 6 twos are is not the answer. Let's try 3 fours are. 3 fours are 12. No, it should be -12. So I'll do one thing, 3 minus 4 I'll do. 3 into -4 gives me -12, correct? Plus into minus, 3 fours are 12, correct? First condition satisfied. What is the next condition? When I add 3 plus -4, what will I get? Plus into minus, I'll get 3 minus 4 is nothing but -1. Yes, both conditions are satisfied. I found out two numbers जिसको जब हम लोगों ने मल्टीप्लाई किया मुझे -12 मिला. Okay, and when I add these two, 3 plus -4 is nothing but -1. I've got two numbers, correct? So what I'll do, I will erase this first. Okay, and what are those two numbers I got? 3 and -4. Okay, let me now, this is just one part of solving the problem. Now let's see how to use that. What I'll do is 6x square को ऐसे लिख दूंगा. Okay, then I'll write -3x, or sorry, this is 3, no, so plus 3x. Okay, then -4x -2 is equal to 0. Okay, done. जो भी नंबर मिला उसको x दे दिया मैंने, 3x minus 4x. Okay, -2 remains the same, is equal to 0. Okay, if I notice, I can see a common thing here. 6x square is in दोनों में I can see something common, that is nothing but 3x is common, correct? I will take 3x out common. जब मैं कॉमन लूंगा क्या बचेगा? इसमें 3x गया तो क्या मिलेगा? 2x. That's why I wrote 3 2s are 6, x into x square. So that's why I've removed common 3x. और इधर क्या बाकी होगा? 1, correct? 3x into 2x is 6x square. 3x into 1 is 3x. Okay, done. इधर आते हैं, इधर क्या कॉमन मिला मुझे? I'll take -2 as common here. If I take -2 as common, what will I get? I'll get 2x. So that is why -2 into 2x is nothing but 4x, -4x, and plus 1 is equal to 0. Why plus 1? Because minus into plus gives me minus. 2 ones are 2. That's why plus. If I would have written just uh, minus 1 here, it would be minus into minus plus. It should be plus 2 here. So I have written plus 1. So that I'll get back minus 2. Okay. I have factorized it. Now what I'll do? 3x minus 2, because these both are same. So can I write it as 2x plus 1 into 3x minus 2 is equal to 0? No problem. Now if these both multiplication, this is one term into one more term is 0, I can write it as like this. I can write it as 2x plus 1 is equal to 0, 3x minus 2 is equal to 0. मैंने बस क्या कर दिया, अगर दो टर्म मल्टीप्लाई करके 0 दे रहे हैं, then each term can be 0, right? This can be 0 or this can be 0. Let's try to find out. If 2x plus 1 is equal to 0, I want x value. No, I'll shift this minus 1 that side. So it becomes plus 1 becomes minus 1. जो भी multiplication में वो division में चला जाएगा. So x I'll get it as minus half 1x value. Let's see what is the other value of x. So I want to shift minus 2 that side. So I'll get minus 2 will become plus 2. X value will be 2 by 3. Okay, so I have got x value. Why do you think I have got two x values? We have learned this in the chapter polynomial. If we are solving a quadratic equation, what is the degree of quadratic equation? It is 2. Correct? X square. The number of degree is equal to the number of solutions, number of answer or number of solution. Here x square is nothing but degree 2, right? So I've got two answers. If I'm solving for x cube, I'll get 3 answers. If I'm solving for x raised to 99, I'll get 99 answers. Okay, that is what max says. Okay, let's take one more question. We'll take a quick example. So what I'll do, same thing, let me factorize. For factorize, what did I tell you first? You will write minus 3 here, done. Then you will take what this, if nothing is 1, right? 1 into minus 10, what is that? 1 into minus 10 is minus 10. Now I need two numbers such that when I add those two numbers, I'll get minus 3. When I multiply those two numbers, I'll get minus 2. Okay, when I add those numbers, I should get minus 3. When I multiply, I should get minus 10. What could be those numbers which I can multiply and get minus 10? 2 5s are, can I try 2 5s are? So I'll write 2 5. 2 5s are 10. No, it should give me minus 10. It is giving me 10. Let's try putting minus here. If I put 2 into minus 5, I'm getting minus 10. No problem. Let's see if I add this, can I get minus 3? 2 plus minus 5 plus into minus minus 2 5. 2 minus 5 is minus 3. Oh yes, these are the correct numbers, because when I add them, I've got minus 3, and when I have multiplied them, I've got minus 10. So these two are good numbers. Now let's factorize. Simple. What I'll do, 1x square remains the same, 2x, okay, minus 5x minus 2. That's all. See, I have broken down minus 3 into two places. See, minus 3 I have written it as 2x and minus 5x. That is the whole meaning of factorization. Now, can I see something common here? I can take x as common here. If I take x as common, what remains here? X plus 2, correct? What remains common here? 5. So, x plus 2, correct? Be careful of the signs. Why I have written plus? So that if I open the bracket, minus 5x comes, correct? Minus into plus, minus 5 2s are 10. That is why I have written plus here, correct? Now, these both are terms. So, can I write it as x plus 2 into x minus 5 is equal to 0, correct? I have taken the common, x plus 2 is common, so I have taken x plus 2 common and I have written x minus 5 is equal to 0. If, as seen in the previous sum, if these two terms give me 0, I can individually equate them to 0. So, I can write x plus 2 is equal to 0, x minus 5 is equal to 0. I want only x, so I'll shift this 2 to that side. I'll get minus 2, the first answer of x. Then here I'll get x as 5, the second answer of x. We know why we have got two values of x, because the degree of this equation is 2. It's a quadratic equation, so degree is 2. If it was a cubic equation, which is 3, I get 3 different solutions for x. Okay. Let's solve some of the NCERT exercises. I have picked questions such that it tests your level of problem solving. It sees whether you can solve the problem, whether you can look it in the right way. Step 1, step 2, step 3, you're able to get to know in before solving this. It's in your brain. Okay, so 100x square minus 20x plus 1, no problem. I have to factorize. What should I factorize? Minus 20 I'll write here. Okay, 100 into 1 is 100 plus 100. So what are those two numbers such that when I multiply, जो भी number इधर आएगा और इधर आएगा उसको multiply करूंगा, I'll get 100, and if I add them I should get minus 20. Okay, let's see. 100, so can I write 10 tens are 100? Can I write that? Let's see. 10 10, correct. So 10 tens are 100. Yeah, first condition solved. If I add them, am I getting minus 20? Let's see. 10 plus 10. Oh no, it is giving me 20. It is not giving me minus 20. तो उसके लिए क्या करूंगा मैं? Can I write minus 10 into minus 10? Let's see whether I get the correct answer. So minus 10 into minus 10 is minus 10 into minus 10 is 100. So first condition is solved. First condition is done. Let's see second condition. Minus 10, I have to add them, right? If I add them, I should get back this number, plus minus 10. Can I write minus 10 plus into minus minus 10? So I'm getting minus 20. Correct. Second condition also solved. I have to add these two numbers and I have to get minus 20. Yes. When I added, I got minus 20. So I've got two factors now. I have broken down. मैंने minus 20 को दो टुकड़ों में कर दिया. minus 10 में मैंने factorize कर दिया. So I'll write it as 100x square minus 10x minus 10x plus 1 is equal to 0. Okay, can I see something common here? Yes, I can write 10x as common. So when I write 10x as common, what remains here? 10x minus 1, correct? So what remains here? It is nothing but, can I take 1 as common here? Because if nothing is remaining common, it can be 1. No? If I take 1 as common, I'll get 10x minus 1 again. Why minus 1? So that when I open the bracket, I should get back the above equation. Minus into minus plus. So that's why I've written minus 1. Again, what is common now? 10x minus 1 and 10x minus 1. Correct? ये तो common आ ही गया. These both are common, no? So I've written it one time, and 10x minus 1 is common, is equal to 0. Okay? So now let me solve it. So if both the terms can give me 0, can I write 10x minus 1 is equal to 0 and 10x minus 1 is equal to 0? So I want only x value, I'll send 1 to that side, I'll get 10x is equal to 1, y plus 1 minus 1, when it goes to the other side becomes plus 1, and whatever is multiplication becomes division, so 1 by 10. So I've got my first value, 1 by 10. So now let me come back to other value. Again same thing, it will be 1 by 10. Okay, I've got two different values. No, I've got two same values, but I have to get two values. X degree, whatever the degree of the equation, I have to get two roots for it, two answers for it. Coincidentally, इस question में दोनों same answer दे रहे हैं मुझे, but I have to get two answers. Okay, so this was the question, factorized it and solved it. Let's look at one more question. This is a word problem. What I'll do is I'll keep it here. I need a bit more space to solve it. Okay, let's try to solve it. What does it say? Find two numbers. Okay, no problem. Whose sum? The moment sum comes, we should remember it is plus. Okay, the moment product comes, we should know it is multiplication. Okay, find two numbers whose sum is 27. Okay, no problem. And product is 182. मुझे दो number sure. Now, how you assume these numbers is by using logic. You can't use x plus x and y. Okay, if you use x and y, it is going to take a bit more time. Okay, and we can't use quadratic equation to solve it. So we'll not use x and y. What we'll do is, I know sum is 27. So sum is 27. मतलब दो नंबर मिलके मुझे 27 दे रहे हैं. Example, a plus b gives me 27. Correct? So what I will do is, just see what logic am I applying here. Let first number be x. So दो number चाहिए, I've taken first number as x. What would be second number? Will it not be 27 minus x? Will the second number not be 27 minus x? correct? Why? Because when I add the first number and second number, I should get 27. Let's try. What is the first number? X. What is the second number? 27 minus x. What am I getting? Gets cancelled. I'm getting 27. So my assumption is right. If I assume first number to be x and second number to be 27 minus x, there is no problem. So and product is 182. So ये मेरा first number हो गया. This full is my second number. Product मतलब multiplication. Can I write x into 27 minus x is 182? Okay, I'll just write it here. 27 minus x. Okay. Now I should open the bracket. X into 27 is nothing but 27x plus into minus x into x is x square is equal to 182. This is not in the form of quadratic equation. So what I should do, I should make right hand side khali. So I'll write it as minus x square plus 27x. I have not shifted anything. Minus x square, here is a plus sign. No, I have just written plus 27x. Now this 182 comes this side, it becomes minus 182 is equal to 0. No problem. I have to factorize it. How should I factorize it? 27 को ऐसे ही लिख लिया. Okay, I'll do one thing. I'll use a different color for factorization. Okay, so plus 27 is written just like that. I'm really sorry. Plus 27 is written like that, and minus 1. This is actually minus 1. No, minus 1 into minus 182. Minus 1 into minus 182 is nothing but plus 182. Correct? Minus into minus plus, and 1 into 82 is 182. So I need two numbers such that when I add them, I get 27. When I multiply them, I get 182. Okay, let's see what are those two numbers. Uh, can I try 27? No. Can I write 20 into 7? Can I use 20 into 7? No, I'll get 140. Can I use 13 into 13 plus 14 is 27, right? So I'll do one thing. I'll use 13 into 14. No, 4 threes are 12. 4 ones are 4, 5 into 3, 1. Oh, yeah, I can use 13 into 14. 13, 14. Okay, let's see. When I multiplied them, I got 182. I just checked. When I add them, 13 plus 14 gives you 27. Correct? So fast, I'll factorize it. Minus x square is minus 1x square remains the same. Instead of, I'll write plus 13x plus 14x minus 182 is equal to 0. Okay. Now, what is common here? I'll take I'll take minus 1 as common. Okay, fine. I'll take minus 1x as common. Okay. If I take minus 1x as common, what remains? अगर इसमें से minus 1x चला गया, okay, when it gets divided, what remains? Only x should remain, correct? And 13x में से minus 1x चला गया तो it will be minus 13, correct? And here I'll take 14 as common, plus 14. So this will be x, and what is 182 divided by 14? 182 divided by 14, it will be 14 tens are 140. I guess it will be 14 13s are 14 13s are. Okay, no problem. 14, I can write 13. Okay, 0. Now can I थोड़ा इसको beautiful करते हैं, x minus 13, and one more is minus x plus 14, correct? These steps you have to know very carefully. I took minus 13, x minus 13 as same, minus x plus 14 is equal to 0. Okay, same as we have been doing before. I did not do anything different. I'll use this working column. I mean, I'll use this space. So if two terms give me, if I add, it will give me 0. I'll take the first term, x minus 13 is equal to 0, and I'll write the second term, x minus x plus 14 is equal to 0. If I shift 13 that side, the first answer is 13. I've got the first answer. What is the second answer? Minus x is equal to minus 14. Minus minus gets cancelled. X is equal to 14. Hence, I've got two answers for x, and those are the two numbers. The two numbers are 13 and 14. Okay, you can verify. Even if you want x के जगह आप 13 लिखा तो 27 minus 13 is 14 any which way. So those two numbers we have got. Now let's take one more example. I'm wantedly taking word problems such that you will get to know how to convert it to in easier mathematical format and solve it by using quadratic equation. Okay, this what I'll do is I'll just do the quadratic equation. मैं इसको बस quadratic equation तक लेके आऊंगा. Then you guys factorize it and solve it. I'll tell the answer. Okay, I'll tell the answer. You try to solve it and see whether you've got the right answer or not. Okay, the altitude of right angle is 7 centimeter less than is big. Okay, fine. First, let me draw a perfect triangle. I don't know whether it's perfect or no. This is the base, right? So I'll assume the base to be x. Let base is equal to x. Okay, the altitude, this is the altitude, right, is 7 centimeter less than base. So 7, can I write x minus 7? Because it is 7 centimeter less than base, the altitude. Okay, if the hypotenuse is 13 centimeter, okay, find the other two sides, no problem. I can easily convert it to a quadratic equation using Pythagoras theorem. What does Pythagoras theorem say? If I have a right angle triangle like this, okay, A, B, C, Pythagoras theorem says that the hypotenuse, the longer side, A, C the whole square gives me BC plus AB, BC square plus AB square. This is what Pythagoras theorem says me. If I take the longer side and square it, it will be equal to altitude ka square plus base ka square. That is what Pythagoras theorem says me. Okay, you have to know this basics because that is when you will be able to solve this kind of problems. Okay, now I'll use Pythagoras theorem here. What is the hypotenuse for me? 13. So I can write 13 square, okay, is equal to, what is the base? X square plus, why? Because it was plus here, and altitude square, what is altitude? X minus 7. So x minus 7 the whole square. It is x minus 7 the whole square. Many people just write it like this, x minus 7 square. No, it is the whole square, right? Because the whole altitude ka value is x minus 7. If you square it, you have to square the whole term. You can't just square only 7. Okay, bracket open karna hai. 13 square is 169. X square remains the same. What is a minus b the whole square? It is a square plus b square, which is 49, 7 square, minus 2 into x into 7. What is 2 sevens are 14? 14 into x is 14x. So I'll write it as 14x, no problem. So थोड़ा इसको beautiful करते हैं. I'll just write it reverse, okay? Don't get confused. If I just write left hand side this side and right hand side that side, I will write it as 1x square, 1x square is nothing but 2x square minus 14x plus 49 is equal to 169. I have not shifted anything, I have just reversed it. So there's no need of sign change. When you just whole equation, if you're reversing, there's no problem. But only one thing, if you're shifting, you have to change its sign. Okay, so I've written 2x square minus 14x plus 49 is equal to 169. What do I want for quadratic equation? Right hand side should be 0. So I'll shift this term this side. What it becomes? 2x square minus 14x plus 49 minus 169. Because what did I just say? If you shift one single term, positive becomes negative or negative becomes positive, whatever. What is 49 minus 169? Okay, minus it is nothing but 0 to 1. So it is 120. But the sign is very important. It should be minus 120, correct? So I can write it as minus 2x square minus 2x square minus 14x minus 120 is equal to, this is the quadratic equation. How will you solve it? Factorize this. How? Minus 14, 2 into minus 20, 2 into minus 120 is minus 240. You have to get two numbers such that when you add, it should be minus 14. When you multiply, it should be minus 240. You will get that, factorize it. Those two terms should be equal to 0. Take single term, make it 0. Take single term, make it 0. You will get two different values of x. When you get two different values of x, one will be negative. I'm just telling the solution to you. You can work it out by yourself. You know, what value of x you should get is, you should get x as x, you should get it as x should be 12, and I guess one more answer is minus 5. But can the base be minus 5? It is a measurement. No. Can I have minus 5 centimeter as the base of triangle? No. So this is not valid. So this only this you have to take, and using this find the altitude. What is 12 centimeter minus 7? It should be 5 centimeter. But therefore x का value 12 or minus 5 मिलना चाहिए आपको. But when you solve minus 5, you should not take. You should write it clearly answer. Minus 5 cannot be the measurement of the base of the triangle. That is why we are not going to use the other value of x. We are going to use the first value of x, which is 12 centimeter. So the first side is 12 centimeter. The another side is 12 minus 7, which is 5 centimeter. You can factorize it and find the answer. If you want to understand concept wise, if you want to understand how logic is working, how are you able to solve using quadratic equation, and what logic are you applying, you have to subscribe to Why Thinkers.